Another day, another Derby profile. Today's episode is going to be on Rocket Can. Let's blast off. So first up, as always, we got the stats. Rocket Can has raced 7 times in his career with 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and no thirds, with earnings of $383,413. His major races are his last 3 starts. First, he won the Holy Bull Stakes, acquiring himself 20 points. He was then second in the Fountain of Youth behind Forte, and most recently, he was 4th in the Arkansas Derby, getting him just enough points to be in the top 10 for the Derby rankings. For highest speed figure, it interestingly did not come from his victory in the Holy Bull Stakes, but actually the start afterward when he lost to Forte with a 91 speed figure. Not the fastest we've seen, not even close, in fact one of the slowest we have seen so far in the series, but still credible enough, and I don't think it tells the full story of what Rocket Can is capable of. For running style, it's pretty plain and simple. He's a stalker with 1 gear. What I mean by this is that he doesn't have a high amount of acceleration, he just has a good cruising speed that can be used to rest right behind the leaders and then wear down the more tired frontrunners in deep stretch. Not a naturally fast horse, but he can do just enough to get the job done at his very best, but he also is prone to being outrun by faster, more talented horses. Now, this doesn't make Rocket Can sound all that great. What is there to like about him? Trust me, a lot. I've been kind of underselling him up until this point, so let's get to the strengths and show off what he's really made of. For starters, he broke his maiden at Churchill Downs on a sloppy track, which ticks off 2 boxes. He likes Churchill, and he can handle the mud, so you can add him to your slop list, alongside horses such as Tapit Trice, Confidence Game, and Two Fills. Also, even though he has not won since the Holy Bull Stakes, his speed figures from the Fountain of Youth and the Arkansas Derby were both faster than his victory in the Holy Bull, so from a speed figure perspective, he has only improved since that victory. That already sounds pretty good, but now let's pull a slight wild card, something a little unpredictable that could mean great things if done correctly, and that is potential blinkers. Now you might ask, hey Nathan, what are you talking about? He has never raced in blinkers in his career. That is true. However, yesterday, he worked out at Churchill Downs for half a mile in blinkers, and the time he produced from it was a 46.6, which is his fastest half-a-mile workout throughout his entire career by over a second. It was also the fastest workout that day at half a mile. So, while we're not sure just yet if Rocket Can actually is going to run in blinkers, if the workouts are anything to say about it, he could be a lot sharper and a lot faster with them on. Which, if he does replicate what he has been doing in his workouts, and does race in the Derby with blinkers, could correct some of his weaknesses that some people have taken away from his previous races, such as his biggest weakness in my personal opinion, the fact that he has been outsped by multiple Kentucky Derby contenders in previous races. Horses like Forte, Reincarnate, Confidence Game, and Angel of Empire have all outsped him, and are now going to be facing off against him again in the Kentucky Derby. It also doesn't help that being 4th in the Arkansas Derby is not exactly his best performance statistically, and was the first time he was worse than 3rd since he was 2 years old. But if you were to counteract this, Kentucky Derby winners like Thunder Gulch, Giacomo, Mind That Bird, and Mandaloun all finished 4th or worse in their final Derby preps and went on to win anyway. So it's not a death sentence that he finished 4th in the Arkansas Derby, but it also isn't the greatest thing either. Overall, I would say that, on the surface, Rocket Can just looks like a horse who won an early Kentucky Derby prep, but has since been outcompeted later as the series progressed by better, newer, up-and-coming horses. But if you peel back the layers, there's a surprising bit of spice in Rocket Can, so I think that people should keep him in mind, especially if he races with blinkers on the first Saturday in May, because that could be a nice, interesting surprise. And for that, I give him a B grade. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Derby Profile. Comment down which horses I should put on my priority list, and see you guys next time.